Hi, you guys. I hope you all had a very good Christmas, and I hope you all have a fantastic New Year as well, just in case I don't see you guys for another video or two. So I thought it was very important for me to sit down and talk about these two incidents where a Karen falsely accused individuals, minority individuals, of something that they did not do. Now, these two stories really bothered me just because of how, historically speaking, Karens have always been able to get away with lying on minority individuals and nothing happens to them. And I know in some states they have passed laws where it's like Karen's Act or whatever. If somebody falsely accuses someone of a crime they didn't commit, or just simply calling in and lying, that they receive some sort of punishment. There shouldn't be a law that needs to be passed to stop people from falsely accusing minority individuals of doing a crime they did not commit or even attempt to commit in one of these instances. So let's talk about the first one. Manhattan DA and NYPD are both investigating Soho Karen, who falsely accused black teen of stealing her iPhone, as attorney Ben Crump calls for her to be charged with assault. Now, first of all, I'm not a fan of Ben Crump. I think that he attaches his name to every instance that takes place with a black person receiving some type of injustice, and nothing ever comes from it. He hasn't won any lawsuits. Honestly, and quite frankly, I'm tired of Ben Crump attaching himself to situations like this, because you're not doing us any favors, or the individuals a part of these instances any favors. And it's getting tiresome and it's getting annoying, honestly. So I wish this person would have decided to attach their name to someone else besides Ben Crump. But this story isn't about him. The Manhattan District Attorney and the NYPD are both said to be investigating the so-called Karen who falsely accused a black teen of stealing her iPhone. Hotel guests Keyon Harrold and his 14-year-old son were approached in the lobby of the boutique Arlo Hotel in the Soho neighborhood of Manhattan on Saturday afternoon. Grammy Award-winning trumpeter Harrold filmed the incident and then shared it to Instagram. The footage shows the father and son being accosted by an unidentified young woman who claimed that Harrold's teen boy had her cell phone. Now both the Manhattan DA and the NYPD are investigating the incident, New York Magazine reports. Now the black girl in me wants to know, if this man hadn't been an affluent black person, would Manhattan DA and the NYPD even had cared about the situation? A spokesman for the DA told DailyMail.com, "Our office is thoroughly investigating the incident." They declined to elaborate further. DailyMail.com has contacted NYPD for additional clarification. Attorney Ben Crump on Monday called for her to be criminally charged. He tweeted, "The parents of Keyon Harrold Jr. and I are calling on Manhattan DA to bring charges of assault and battery against the woman who attacked Keyon and falsely accused him of stealing her iPhone at Arlo Hotels." Something does need to happen. She does need to be punished for this, for whatever she did. If there was assault, if there was battery, she needs to be charged with that. Okay. She also needs to be charged with falsely accusing him of something as well. You know, you got to learn one way or another. You just can't be going around putting your hands on people and accusing people of something for no reason. So the video shows one of the managers of the hotel asking Harold's son to see the phone, angering his father, who accused the manager of taking the woman's side. When Harrold refused the woman's demand to show her the phone, she lunged toward his son, prompting Harrold to protect him. The woman's phone was later returned to her by an Uber driver, proving that her claims it was stolen by the teen were false. So how did she even jump to this conclusion? How did that even happen? The boys, did she think he was an Uber driver? I have no idea. The boy's mom, Kat, told TMZ Monday, he asked me, why did she think that she could accuse me? And when you have to sit down with your son and say, well, son, it might be because you are black, and it might be because she felt threatened, and you didn't fit into this nice hotel. No one should ever have to deal with that. No one. No parent, but definitely not your 14-year-old child. Ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, are we in the Twilight Zone? Do we not see what is happening to minority children every day in the streets just because somebody feels quote unquote threatened because of their skin color? And the fact that they are still so comfortable lying on minorities, knowing that in this world that we are existing in, these police don't have a problem choosing a Karen side over these minority side and potentially hurting them, killing them, and they still choose to lie? How do you live with yourself, dude? How do you sleep at night? I guess well. I guess you sleep really good if you are one of these people, you know? Now let's talk about this California woman, this social media influencer that I'm just going to go ahead and say, because the cops, they said it in a nice way. Basically, all they said was there's some inconsistencies and maybe she thought it would be a good little Instagram story time. But this involves what I'm assuming from the picture is a Latino couple. Okay? If I'm this couple in this footage, in this picture, thank you for telling me that she's a social media influencer. Hopefully she's a prominent social media influencer that has a stream of revenue coming in from her social media so I can sue it and take it from her. How about that? Since you want to lie on people and then think you're going to get away with it, and then the police come out and say, no, your story that you posted on Instagram and the story that you told us is inconsistent, yeah, sue her. Sue her. Period. A California mother of 3 who claimed in a viral social media videos that a couple made a kidnapping attempt on her children last week has hit back at skepticism over her allegations. Katie Sorenson posted 2 videos to her account at Motherhood Essentials in which she detailed how her 4-year-old son and 1-year-old daughter were allegedly the targets of an attempted kidnap in a Michaels store in Petaluma on December 7th. The Sorensons immediately drove to the police station to report the couple's actions, yet has now been forced to answer to critics after a press release from the cops noted inconsistencies between her Instagram story and statement to them. The influencer had gained tens of thousands of followers to her account after posting the videos, which were viewed more than 2 million times. I had no intentions or underlying motives for sharing my story other than to encourage fellow parents to always remain vigilant, she told BuzzFeed. I hope my family and our local law enforcement will be given the respect and support we each deserve as we continue on. Petaluma Police Department released an update on Monday in which they said they had been made aware of Sorenson's social media post and that it had included information she had not told officers in her initial report on December 7th. At the time this incident was initially reported, there was insufficient evidence to establish that a crime had occurred, the statement said. Petaluma Police Department officers and detectives have subsequently conducted follow-up. Inconsistencies between the 2 accounts of the incident need to be resolved before criminal charges can be considered. The details of the inconsistencies have not been revealed. But I do feel like when it comes to social media influencers and people that are online, I do feel like they have a tendency to make a situation more than what it really is. Was a majority of her story possibly fabricated? Possibly. Who knows at this point? If you haven't liked this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also subscribe because it's free.